How the frog traveled in a hot air balloon. Once upon a time, in a swamp, there lived a frog named Mary. She was just an ordinary frog, small and green, with big round eyes and short, sturdy legs. What made her extraordinary was her dream. Unlike other frogs, Mary wanted a great adventure. She loved to gaze at the sky and dreamed of traveling to distant lands. One day she went to the local fair and was amazed. Right in the center there was a hot air balloon, and next to it stood a sad, upset beetle. "Hello!" Mary approached and greeted the beetle. "Why are you so sad?" "How can I not be sad?" the beetle exclaimed, waving his arms. "I've been deceived. Those crafty grasshoppers sold me this hot air balloon. They said it could be rented out for rides." "So what's the problem?" Mary asked. "Do you see the long queue of those who are eager to ride?" the beetle asked. Mary looked around and shook her head. "No, I don't see." "That's the problem," the beetle moaned. "I brought this balloon to the fair hoping everybody would want to ride it, but in our swamp there are only cowards and boring slackers. Half of them are afraid of heights and the other half couldn't care less. I haven't made a penny all morning. And do you know how much I spent on this balloon? An arm and a leg. I think I'm a bankrupt." "Don't worry," exclaimed Mary. "I'll be your first customer today. I'll take little trip in your hot air balloon because I adore adventures and travel. And when I return, I'll tell everyone how wonderful it is and not scary at all. You'll see the folks will flock here. They just need someone to set an example." "Really?" the beetle perked up. "Well, if you're right, then you'll save my life. Get into the basket." Mary's eyes sparkled with excitement and anticipation as she climbed into the hot air balloon basket. The beetle gave the command, untied the rope holding the balloon to the ground, and the balloon smoothly ascended into the sky. Mary felt the air cooling as they gained altitude, but it only thrilled her more. She continued to rise higher and higher until the fair became a tiny dot below. Mary felt free and happy. She smiled and watched the beautiful landscapes. Green forests stretched below. Rivers wound their way. Distant mountains shrouded in mist were breathtaking. But suddenly Mary noticed a stork flying next to her, looking at her with undisguised hunger. Mary felt afraid and decided to talk to the stork. "Hello, I'm Mary the frog, and who are you?" "I'm Stork Eric, and I think I've had a stroke of luck," the stork replied, licking his beak with appetite. "Really?" Mary tucked her head into her shoulders. "And what is this luck?" "Well, you see, I'm quite a lazy stork," Eric replied. "It's time for breakfast, but I'm too lazy to descend to the swamp, scout for frogs in the muddy water. And here you are! Breakfast comes to me at altitude on a silver plate." What can I tell you, Stork Eric?" Mary said in a trembling voice. "It turns out you have a choice. Either you eat me right now, and then after a while you'll get hungry again and still have to descend for lunch. Or you give me a couple of minutes and then, after a while, this balloon will return. And there will be so much food in it that it will last you the whole day." Stork Eric pondered. But he was a very lazy stork and thinking was also too much trouble for him. So he simply agreed to the more profitable offer. Mary quickly reduced the flame of the hot air balloon burner and began to descend. Once on the ground, she climbed out of the basket. Her legs were trembling and wobbly. All the fair visitors gathered around her. "So, how it was? Did you enjoy flying in the hot air balloon?" they impatiently asked. Suddenly, a group of cruel ladies vipers rudely moved through the crowd. They roughly pushed everyone aside and hissed menacingly at the visitors. "Well, friend, did you like flying in the hot air balloon?" the lead viper asked mockingly. "Didn't you faint from fear?" "Oh no!" exclaimed Mary. "It was really great. I highly recommend it to everyone. Just first, Madam Viper, you and your friends need to get into the queue." "Like fun," the snake snorted and demonstratively climbed into the balloon basket. "Come on, girls, get in. Let's see what it's like to fly in the sky, not crawl on the ground." With a loud hiss, the vipers climbed to their leader. The balloon lifted off the ground and began to gain altitude. "Give my regards to Arek," Mary shouted after them with laughter.